The prisoner placed an apple on his head, but then picked up another apple and took a bite. The German soldiers raised their guns and aimed at him. Suddenly, the Jewish boy began singing a German hymn. The German was touched, so he let the two men go, but a corporal reminded him that they hadn't met their daily kill quota. Yet the captain took off his hat and threw it aside. Moments later, as night drew to a close, one of the overseers tossed a sausage onto the ground, leaving the two prisoners to scramble. For it to keep mocking them, the foreman ordered the two men to slap each other. Only the winner would get the sausage. Teddy couldn't stand watching these monsters. He stepped forward and easily dodged a punch from one of the prisoners. The overseer flew into a rage and shoved the prisoner toward Teddy. But he not only missed Teddy, but also lost his balance and fell to the ground. The colonel, who wanted to join the fight, was a former boxing champion. After they exchanged the traditional boxers' opening salute, the match started, but no matter how the colonel threw his punches, Teddy dodged every single one. Teddy seized the chance and landed a punch on the colonel, knocking him to the ground with blood flowing. But the colonel wasn't angry. Instead, he recognized Teddy as an international boxing champion. This news reached the Nazi leaders, and they brought in a tall, muscular man to be Teddy's opponent. Facing this giant, Teddy showed no fear at all. He used his agility to dodge all of the man's attacks, and a final powerful punch ended the fight. With this win, he earned food for the prisoners of war in an attempt to destroy Teddy's heroic image. The German officer had his men take the Jewish boy to the boxing ring. The boy struggled to stand up, but his hands were tied with wire. The Germans threatened to execute everyone right away if the two didn't fight each other. The other prisoners took off their hats and prayed for them. Then the captain lifted his gun. Teddy roared at the boy, but the boy turned around and charged at the Germans. Teddy completely broke down, but could only growl. Where he stood, the Germans were finally satisfied. That night, Teddy was tied up with his injured hands and hung in the middle of the square. The Germans even hung a boxing champion sign around him. The next day, he was released. Even though his body was covered in wounds, he didn't give up on himself and walked toward the camp's boxing ring. Teddy saw a German knock out a starving prisoner, so even with his injured hands, he stepped into the ring. Teddy used his quick footwork to dodge the German's punches. He even mocked his opponent. And even when Teddy was knocked down, he still had a smile on his face. This completely enraged the German. When the German threw another punch, Teddy headbutted his opponent's wrist, breaking it, then landed a hard punch that knocked the German down. Everyone went wild. Teddy had won this unfair fight, but right away the so-called boxing king was sent to the punishment camp.